We are live for the LAFC versus FC Dallas live watch along. Hope you guys are having a great night. Excited to see if Son Heung-min is able to score his first goal for LAFC. And I think that there's a good chance he will do that tonight, especially after seeing the starting 11 for FC Dallas. But before we get into that, guys, I want to make sure that you guys like the show down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And also, too, we are, 9 minutes, maybe a little bit over 9 minutes because you know how MLS kickoff times are. Normally, they're about 10 minutes late. Before the game starts, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Who is going to win this match tonight between FC Dallas, a team that has struggled mightily this season in Major League Soccer? They have been a team that I've been hugely disappointed in. I thought they were going to be much better. They have completely disappointed. LAFC should feast, even though LAFC are still missing that creative number 10, which they made a signing this week to try to fill that void. We'll see if that helps. But let me know down below, do you think LAFC will win tonight? What will the score be? And does Sonny get his first goal of the season? Elon Don says, Son brace incoming. Caleb James says, hope not. Go FC Dallas. Football Boy says, bro, Apple TV sucks. Ashcan says, I predict a 3-0 win for LAFC. Mr. says, hi, Will. I don't know what the name is, but they say, let's go, Sonny. Let's go, Sonny. We'll see what he does. Daniel says, Grok and ChatGPT predict 2-1. I'm assuming 2-1 LAFC. Mr. says, I'm going 2-0 LAFC again. Son scores. Yeah, I think there's a good chance he does. Now, obviously, we know that there are some deficiencies in the midfield, that there's not like a lot of chances created, not a lot of creativity in the midfield. Hopefully that changes with the signings they've made. But I think that FC Dallas is weak enough to where he will score tonight, regardless of what the service is. I think he's going to have his best game of the season. I mean, he's only played in 3 games, right? But still, I think he's going to have his best game for LAFC of the 3, which you would expect the more he gets acclimated to his new team. So I agree with that. Ashcan says LAFC will be feasting tonight. I mean, this lineup is really bad. Really, really bad for FC Dallas. I mean, Son should go crazy tonight. Sonny should go crazy tonight in this match. He should. I think he'll get a goal. He might get a brace. Like someone said, maybe he gets a brace. I think he'll get a goal and at least maybe an assist in this match. It will be the best game that he's had of the 3, even though he hasn't played bad. He's played pretty well considering the service has been bad. Ashcan says, is this game on the road or is it at LAFC? Well, that's the thing. This is their 3rd straight away game, which is really weird that they played so many away games in a row. Very weird that LAFC played 3 games in a row on the road. So this is another road game. Their first match at home since they signed Sonny will be at when they're playing San Diego next weekend. That will be their first one at home. Christine says, let's go, Sonny. I think he's going to have a good game. I'm going to be curious to see. They signed this young Irish player. Last name is Moran. I forgot his first name, but they signed him from Brighton on loan as a U22. He's a 10. He's a playmaker. I'm going to be curious to see how he plays with this team, this LAFC side, and I wonder if he's going to be the missing piece that they've needed to tie everything together and help open up the attack, because the attack has been really, really bad. Also wanted to point this out too. LAFC have essentially swapped out, they've swapped out David Martinez for Nathan Ordaz. Nathan Ordaz looked a lot better for LAFC when he played last week and came in for David Martinez. So I'm going to be very interested to see how much better LAFC look with Nathan Ordaz over David Martinez. David Martinez, what the hell was he thinking last week? There was this one opportunity. Sonny was literally at the top, wide open, and he shoots it. He shoots it. If he had looked up, if he had picked his head up, he would have saw Sonny literally to the right of him, wide open. But it's just that he's still young. He makes mistakes, and he's not going to start tonight. They're going to try Nathan Ordaz out on the right side, and we'll see what happens. But I want to point this out too. We talked about the creativity. We talked about the midfield being really, really bad. Denny Bouanga has not been very good either. They need Denny Bouanga to step up. They need him to be better than what he's been recently. He makes a lot of money. He was the best player on the team before Sony came here, but he needs to play better. Having a player like Sony next to him should make him better, not worse. So he made a lot of bad mistakes in the last game, a lot of bad chances, and he has got to play to a higher level, especially if LAFC want to win MLS Cup in 2025. If they want to win or make a run, he's going to have to play better, Denny Bouanga. He's going to have to play much, much better than he did the last game. They're counting on him. And the midfield has got to, I mean, this midfield was atrocious last week. It was atrocious. It was terrible. Mr. Mister says, I think LA are keeping a DP spot open for the new coach. Yes, I think they are definitely saving a spot for the next manager, so that way they don't inherit all these players that maybe they don't want. Ray says, who do you got winning? I'll give my score prediction just a second. T-Lux says, what is the deal with Timo Werner? Turning down offers from multiple teams in France and MLS just to sit on the bench for 1 year and a paycheck. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know what Timo Werner is doing. I thought he was going to go to the Red Bulls, but I guess he decided he didn't want to do that. Doesn't make any sense to me either. Jack Dickens says, Son is scoring 2 tonight, so you got him having a brace as well. Okay, if you're new, if you just joined the stream, make sure you give it a like down below. Share with a friend. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see if Sony is able to score his first goal for LAFC tonight. Also, make sure you hit the little bell notification so you don't miss any of these streams in the future, or if you don't miss any of the post-game recaps, which we do after every live watch-along. Give me your prediction if you haven't given it to me already. Let me know what you guys think who's going to win. Let me know how many goals you think Sony is going to be able to score tonight. Mr. Mister says, Martinez is a gifted player, but he loses composure so easily. He plays very frustrated. He plays very frustrated. He doesn't have a good head on him yet, and he definitely makes a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. KS Ku says, Moreno is good enough to replace a current starting mid lineup or just a backup. I think he's going to start. The only thing is, and I know some of you guys are new to MLS, like this is the primary transfer window for the world, but this is at the more than halfway point of the MLS season. So it's going to be really hard for this young guy to probably come in here and take a starting spot right off the rip. So ideally, they would want him to start, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. I don't know if he's going to be able to come into the first team and be able to make that much of an impact. But ideally, yes, that's what they brought him into. So we'll see. We'll see if he's able to do that. Harry says, Werner is just a pace merchant, frustratingly bad in product. He hasn't been good since that one season at Leipzig where he scored was it 30 goals or it was the high 20s he scored in that one season at Leipzig 4 years ago. He hasn't been good since then. Jack Dickens says, I'm from the UK, been watching MLS since 2013. Well, I'm glad you're joining us tonight, and I'm glad that you're supporting MLS through its the good and the bad. Bray says, I hope it's like the Leagues Cup game where it was Dallas versus Miami 2 years ago. Yeah, oh yeah, that was 4-4. That was a crazy game. Okay, Jack says he's got LAFC winning 2-0. KS says LAFC is winning 3-0. I think that Christine says, who do you think is going to win? Okay, so I think LAFC are probably going to rout FC Dallas. Now, Steve Cherundolo plays a very frustrating style of ball. He's not very attack-oriented, I guess is what you would say, and you've seen how bad the midfield is. The midfield is very, very bad at creating chances. But I think they are going to feast tonight because I find it hard to believe that the service could be any worse than it was last week. I mean, last week was really bad, really bad. I would assume it will get a little better tonight, and I think that LAFC are going to win 3-0. I think LAFC are going to win 3-0 against. And I think Sony's gonna have I think he's gonna have a goal and an assist. He's gonna have 2 goal contributions tonight. I don't think he's gonna score a brace, but I think he will have a goal and an assist tonight. And I think he's gonna look like he's gonna look like the best player on the pitch. And I think Denny Bouanga is gonna have a goal tonight, which would be good, which would be good. Ashton says Inter Miami's B team is down 1-0 at the half against DC United. Yeah, they're preparing for that Leagues Cup game next week. Let's see. Michelle says Dallas have the 24th ranked home defense, 30th percentile. LAFC have picked up 9 out of 15 points in their last 5 home games. I think they're going to feast tonight. I think it's gonna be really bad. SPH says, is Mastrano really going to use Lujan against Orlando? Maybe he will. Mr. says the season before Werner joined Chelsea. Yeah, I think that was like 2020 or 2021. Let's see. Morning Calm Rising Sun says LAFC never won against Dallas. I don't as I think they have before. I would find it hard to believe. They definitely have beaten Dallas before. Now maybe they haven't beat Dallas at Dallas, but I think they've definitely beat Dallas before. Taylor James says, I'm curious, what's your score prediction? Also, by the way, post a shout out to you on my channel. I appreciate that. I think it's no offense, but I think it's gonna be bad for Dallas. I think they're gonna probably lose 2 or 3-0 tonight because it feels like Dallas has just kind of conceded their season. They sold Lucho Acosta. There's no Peter Musa starting tonight. I mean, it feels like they're just kind of rolling out almost like a B team tonight. I'm very disappointed in Dallas this year. I had them finishing pretty high. I thought they were gonna be, maybe in contention for 2nd or 3rd place because Musa's really good and Lucho Acosta's really good, and they've disappointed. So I'm really curious to see what they do heading into next season. And Miami's just got their backups in. They're trying to prepare for the game next week in Leagues Cup. Jack Dickens says, "The Union this season have been very impressive. To me, adding Velosky, who scored 10 goals in like 11 games." Yeah, he did for San Diego. They're my dark horse for MLS Cup. They definitely could be. They definitely could be. They're a team that a lot of people aren't talking about, even though I think they're still at top of the Eastern Conference. They're a very good team. Very good team. Mister says New England is beating Columbus right now. Yeah, but I think have they started that new striker yet? I don't think they have that striker integrated in the team. JKM says 2021 2-3 for LA away. So that's the last time they beat them at home or at Dallas. Is that the last time they beat them in general, or is this the last time they beat them at home or at Dallas? Who here plays MLS fantasy? I don't play MLS. I don't really play fantasy in general. Uh, Tumia Then, I think maybe. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Yo, I'm hype. I play MLS fantasy. JKM says at Dallas. Okay, so they haven't won since 2021. I think they'll probably win tonight. My score prediction is 3-0. Like I said, Sonny's he's gonna score a goal. He's gonna have a goal contribution or an assist. He'll have 2 goal contributions in this game, and then they'll get their home game against San Diego FC in next weekend, which will be a big game, and, that'll be his debut, which is crazy. I've never heard of a player having to play his first 3 games on the road, and then their debut week 4 is when they make their home debut. That's crazy. I've never heard of that before. But I'll say this though, because he's waiting so long to make his home debut, I would say that he'll probably be in the best form we've seen at that point. MLS 360 is awesome. I mean, it's okay, I guess. It's alright, I guess, if you're trying to keep up with all the games, but I don't like the post-game MLS on air, whatever that is. It's terrible. Not a fan of that. And he says, Son will score 2 goals tonight. He could. KS says, "If LAFC make a first goal early in the first half, it is gonna be easy game for LA. If not, gonna be similar, boring, and tough like the New England game we played last week." Yeah, by the way, that New England game was absolutely terrible. The first half was damn near unwatchable. It was it was slow, it was boring, it was sloppy, it was just bad. And maybe that's because LAFC had to travel from Los Angeles to New England, or maybe they didn't even go back home. Maybe they just kinda, like, stayed around after the Chicago game. I can't remember if they went back to LA, but that was a long travel game for LAFC. So maybe that's what it was, maybe, but that was really bad. That was just a bad game. It was the whole team outside of probably Sony and Hugo Lloris played really bad in that first half for LAFC, really bad. Mister says, "I probably won't be on the home debut stream because of the time difference." Yeah, that's the home debut game will be, let's see, 10:30. Yeah, so it'll probably be you're like 5 hours ahead of me right now. So, yeah, that's a really early stream or late stream. Who could FC Dallas sign next season? I don't know. It just depends on what they're willing to spend. I don't know what they're willing to spend. They could sell Peter Musa, which is their best player. Let's see what happens. See what happens with FC Dallas. A lot of uncertainty. But when they sold Lucho Acosta to FC Dallas, they were packing it in. They conceded the season. They conceded the season. They still might there's a chance they could sell Peter Musa still. They have, like, I think 8 days left in the primary window abroad, so that could happen. But the window for MLS has completely closed. The only way an MLS team can sign a player at this point is if they sign them on a free transfer. They cannot buy any players anymore. The window's closed for that, but they can make roster additions up until September 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So, they can still add players, MLS teams can. They have until September 15th to add players to their team. Alexander Armstrong says, "Unless I'm mistaken, LAFC will probably play with Son on the left and, Under on the right." So, Under's gone. He got they, they terminated his loan or the option to buy him. He doesn't even play for this team anymore. He doesn't even play for LAFC anymore. They actually terminated his loan, brought in a guy on loan from Club America, this Dutch player. I think his name was, like, Dillerson or something like that. I could be mispronouncing his name. I think I always do. But they brought in another DP on loan. He only played here for, like, 6 weeks, and then they terminated his loan as well, or his option to buy. So they've had a guy after Under played for them, which is kinda crazy. Under feels like forever ago. God, this stadium looks bad. If any of you guys are watching this too, you can see right now they're showing where they just completely demolished this, either the east or west side of the stadium, but the stands, they just completely demolished it. It looks terrible. Looks terrible. This is probably the smallest stadium that Sony's played in a long, long time. HO says, "Who else watched the Spurs versus City this morning?" That was a good game for the Spurs, right? Man City, they might be in trouble. Might be a bad season again. Good game for the Spurs. Got the kickoff. We got that 10-minute delay we always have. T-Look says, "Who are your favorite MLS commentators on Apple?" Ah, that's a tough one. I don't think a lot of them are very good, to be honest with you. Some of 'em are okay. Alright, we're officially kicked off. Dallas team is really bad, or it's been really bad this year. This could be ugly. I'll tell you this, if LAFC don't win this game pretty convincingly, this would be sad because this Dallas team is not good. Not good. Here we go. Yep, we'll see what happens. Field looks really wet too. I don't know if it was raining in Dallas or maybe they wetted the field before the game started just to kind of the ball move a little bit faster, but the pitch is wet, so hopefully there's no slippage or any injuries tonight. Miguel says, "Does FC Dallas always have this bad of a fan turnout?" Well, their stadium's completely in, it's a bad turnover by Nathan Ordas. He's got manhandled. The stadium's completely under renovation right now, so it's just really, really awkward part of the year or part of this rebuild. But yeah, I don't think there's that many Dallas fans. Oh, Abubakar, what are you doing? Oh yeah, they're gonna. Oh, nice play by Denny. He looks for Son, a little bit too high. Man, Dallas look there. Did you see Sonny just like running straight and Abubakar just got lost? He just didn't even know what the hell was going on. That cross is a little bit too high by Denny Bouanga. Good save by FC Dallas. Yeah, they're gonna feast tonight. I'm telling you, they are going to feast tonight if if LAFC don't score at least like 2 or 3 goals. They totally drop the ball in this game. They totally drop the ball if they don't score at least 2 or 3. Why are most seats covered? I don't know. I think, I really don't know why all the seats are covered. I mean, they're doing this renovation, but, I think maybe they just know people aren't gonna show up when there's, like, a construction zone behind them, so they're just putting ads instead. FC Dallas is have a free kick. Ooh, nice block by Denny Bouanga. I don't know how he blocked that. I don't know why the Dallas player was trying to pull up from, like, way deep. Felix says, "Are the Red Bulls, Leipzig, and New York City FC, Man City the only MLS teams with European team affiliations?" No, there's a couple owners who own European teams as well. Nice pass, saved by Hugo Lloris, the Tottenham legend. I'm surprised to see Ryan Hollingshead starting though. I'm just not a big Ryan Hollingshead fan. And LAFC's defense, their back line is very, 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 very sus it's not very good. Not very good. Uh-oh. Igor Jesus, Malik Tillman, not Malik Tillman, Timothy Tillman. I always get him confused. Timothy Tillman, my bad. So far, I'll say this. Now they didn't look good. They didn't look bad in the beginning of the last game, like the first 5 minutes, but LAFC are moving the ball around really well right now. They're pinging it around. They're not just sitting on the ball. Oh, someone finds Ordaz. Ordaz finds Son. Son. Oh my god, he had so much time. It got deflected. Denny Bwanga's got the ball. Looks like Denny Bwanga just got fouled outside the box. See who takes this free kick. I would assume it'll probably be Sony, but we'll see. Just outside the box, fouled on Denny Bwanga. Looks like Sony's gonna take this free kick. It looks like Denny Bwanga's like, "Hey, you take this. You take this." Denny Bwanga is not good at taking free kicks, so it's probably a smart move. All right, does Sony get his first goal on a free kick? We'll see. Trivia question. I know we got some Korean fans watching right now with us. How many free kick goals does Sony have? How many free kick goals does Sony have either with the national team or Tottenham? How many free kick goals does Sony have? All right, let's see. Oh, Sonny! Oh, what a banger! First goal, Sonny! Son Heung-min. Oh my God! Son Heung-min with a beautiful golazo free kick. Oh my God! Beautiful. There it is. First goal. First goal for Son Heung-min. Free kick. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful first goal from Son Heung-min. Wow. 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Top left. Golazo. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look how when's the last time you saw Sonny smile like that? How long's it been? Maybe when they won Europa, maybe. But still, he looks happy. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal by Son Heung-min. Wow. Beautiful goal. Hell, hey, listen, he might score a hat trick tonight. Who knows? Who knows? He might score a hat trick. He's already got a goal in, 5, 6 minutes into this game. Sony might score a hat trick tonight. Who knows? Beautiful goal. That is going to be history right there. That is the first goal of his LAFC career. What better goal could you have than that? Mister says the last time he was that happy was a Europa League trophy lift. Yes, that's probably the last time he was that happy, but this is probably the happiest he's been in a regular season match. My God, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Telling you what, this Dallas team is in trouble. This Dallas team is in trouble. Look how deep that Sony's playing right now, by the way. He's back very far. They're building up again too. We'll see if they got another goal in them. Finds Sony, passes it to Marky Delgado. Delgado finds Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead to Denny Bouanga. Bouanga for the cross, saved by the keeper. Telling you what, things could get really ugly tonight. A says that's classic Sony. KS says nice one, Sony. David Day says classic LAFC. Cornish. Pinoy says let's go, Sony. K says he definitely did more of that in the national team. David Day says 3 more. Let's go. What a goal. Nick chiming in from the Voice of the Black and Gold says, what a goal. By the way, after this game, Nick and I are going to be doing a post-game recap about this match. Delgado wins possession. Ooh, nice move by Igor Jesus. Now, here's the difference. LAFC need to keep their foot on the gas. They get into this rhythm or this point where they score a goal, and then they just kind of just sit there. They just play very uninspired ball. They need to keep their foot on the gas. Got a super chat from SKC. He says, Sony is the best. I mean, that goal was insane. That goal was insane. That was a beautiful. You could not ask for a better goal. I can't wait to see that on Twitter. I'm going to share that as soon as Twitter's. Okay, here we go. It's signed. They just hold on. I'm sharing this goal that Sonny scored on Twitter real quick. All right, just shared that. Hawaii Tuna says, "Yo, just got here. What happened? Didn't they just start? They did just start. Denny Bouanga got fouled outside the box, and Son Heung-min just scored an absolutely beautiful free kick. Absolutely beautiful free kick. Top left corner, as perfect as you could possibly do." Bobby says, "Do LAFC have all their DPs filled? And if so, who are they?" They have 2 DPs, designated players. which is a position where you can pay someone whatever you want, and the transfer fee can be whatever it wants. They only have 2 right now, Denis Bouanga, the left winger, and then Son Heung-min. That's the only 2 they have. Mister says it's what Sonny does. Adam says, "Good to see." It is good to see. This is good for the league. This is good. We need to see Sonny doing well. We need to see, which I think he will, but he needs help. But my god, that was a beautiful goal. That is about as perfect of a first goal as you could score, and very memorable. Very, very memorable. Kim says 4-1 most likely. I think this game could get ugly. Guys, we got 125 of you in the chat right now. If you enjoyed that Sony goal, make sure you give this stream a like down below. Help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are 820 subscribers away from 10,000 subs. We're getting closer and closer. We're going to definitely hit that. We'll probably hit it before the MLS Cup playoffs. That's going to be our goal, to hit that before the MLS Cup playoffs. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And also, we're going to be doing a post-game recap for this game after the match. Oh, Aaron says, Tony, 100% truth says, crazy goal as always. Absolutely beautiful. Etched in history. Etched in history. That's the first goal he's ever scored for LAFC. And what an incredible way to do that. What an incredible goal to score. Aaron says, the zone is the only place to watch, please. No, Apple TV. Apple TV is the only place to watch. Apple TV is where you can watch the game live. David Day says, Diddy Wonga delivers as always. Yeah, that was we'll see. We'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do. We need a better transition. Oh my god, Dallas just scored. Ah, 1-1. FC Dallas. They tie it up. Barrington. Barrington scores 1-1. Like I said earlier, LAFC's defense is very bad. LAFC has a terrible back line because they lost one of their better defenders, their better center backs, Aaron Long. They have Tafari and they have Segura. This is a weakness for LAFC. They are going to be. Was he onside? Okay, well, never mind. Yeah, he's definitely onside. The first pass looked like maybe he wasn't off. So it went off of Tafari's leg. Went off Tafari's leg and for an own goal. So Lloris guessed the right direction and it bounced off the defender's leg and he couldn't save it last second. It's not on Hugo Lloris. That's not on him. That's not his fault. It deflected off the center back's leg. There's nothing you can really do about that. The Park says we need better transitions from the defense to the mid to the forwards. I see mids open and the forwards ready to make a run. It's always played back. I like possession, but I like the counterattack better. Me too. I like counterattacking as well. We could have had 2 or 3 goals already. This team is very bad. This is not a very good team. Very vulnerable team. Adam says, I forgot the Dallas roster, but who is the best player playing today? Oh, I mean, I think I don't really think they have anybody that sticks out, to be honest with you. I mean, all the good players are on the bench. Honestly, all the good players on the bench. Uh-oh. Yep. FC Dallas are starting to press. They're starting to press. They're trying to catch it. They're trying to get LAFC off guard. On Hollingshead, pass it to Sony. Sony is playing so deep, which is bad. He needs to be playing. He needs to be playing a little bit higher up, but he really can't because we've talked about this. They don't have anybody in the midfield who can create any chances. They have nobody in the midfield who can really be a playmaker. So Sony's having to come back so far, almost like Messi, to get the ball and try to get the attack started, which is going to probably hurt how many goals he could score or his potential for. He could be scoring more goals than what he's probably going to because of how he's having to chase the game, how he's having to come back so far to try to get the attack going, which is a shame. Which is a shame. So we'll see what happens. HO says Lloris should have stopped that. I'm going to give him a free pass because it did deflect off the defender's knee or his leg, Tafari, and he guessed the right way, and it was just last second. So I'm going to give him a free pass on that. I'm going to give him a free pass on that. So Sonny's taking the corner. It was cleared. Palencia's got the ball. Palencia's trying to find Sony. Finds him. Left side. Sony's just toying with this defender. Oh, God, he just took the hell out of him. Passed it to Ryan Hollingshead. Hollingshead passes it out to Delgado. Looks like there's a foul committed by LAFC. Felix says, I wonder if LAFC allowed to revise their ad contract with BMO. They probably might, or they might be able to. There'll probably be someone else who could offer more money. But oh my God, Sony's just going on a dribble drill right there, just cooking the hell out of the defender. Sony LAFC Park says, I'm surprised how slowly the ball moves up the pitch. It's painful. Where the hell is the urgency, LAFC? That was weak keeping by Lloris. I mean, okay, maybe he should have saved it, but I'm giving him a little bit of a leeway. He is kind of an old man here, you know? Adam says, how long is under contract of is the under contract of LAFC again? How long is the under contract? If you're talking about the player under, he's not there anymore. He's not there. He left like in June, like before the he left before the Club World Cup. Well, I tell you what, LAFC should win this game. They should if they draw this game or lose, it would be a huge disappointment because this is not a team you should be losing to. This is not a team you should be losing to, the Dallas team, especially with who's playing right now. And someone had mentioned, I think it was it's Sunny LAFC Park. Our friend Park, who's obviously on all of our Sunny streams, he says, you know, that they just don't have urgency, and they don't. This team doesn't play with urgency. They're very they just take way too much time at certain points in the game trying to build up, and it's not good enough. And they were better when they're just pinging the ball, when they're constantly playing that, like, they're passing the ball, when they're constantly moving it around, I feel like that's when things open up more for them. And, sometimes they get away from what makes them better. I don't know why they do this, and Sony cannot be playing so far deep. He cannot be coming back past the midfield point to get the ball to try to get things going. He's your striker. He shouldn't be having to do that. Truth says Lloris is shit as always. Um, so Sony Park says, "I get you. I love Lloris, but it was savable." Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's definitely have to be better, especially because their back line's so bad. Their back line is very very hurt right now. It's not the ideal um it's not the ideal duo in the back line right. Adam says, I was trying to refer to Stone. How long is he under contract? Oh, I'm sorry. He is under contract, I think, until 2029, I think, maybe 2028. It's either 2028 or 2029. El Aguilar says, you're definitely right. MLS moves. FC Dallas is not a playoff team. LAFC should not be losing to FC Dallas, not a playoff team. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of game left, but yeah, that was a bad goal. And if you want to win MLS Cup, which is the championship of Major League Soccer, you cannot be conceding goals like they did. You got to play smart, and you have to be more sound defensively. Mr. says you'll see the best of Sun next season when LA no longer play Dolo ball. Yeah, they need to hire a coach who definitely suits his strengths. Okay, so it looked like Segura passed it to Denny Bouanga. Denny Bouanga pushes the Dallas player down for a foul. FC Dallas's ball out of bounds. Free kick. Adam says Barcelona today, their defense was also suspect against Levante. The Bats, as they come back, but it wasn't convincing from most standards. Oh, good defending by Igor Jesus, but Delgado could be on the other end of that. lose possession. FC Dallas has the ball. Dallas player passing it to no one goes out of bounds for a goal kick. They were lucky today, but hey, luck that's sometimes that's what you need, luck. They were able to win, they came back, they won they were down 2-0, and they were able to win 3-2. I'll take it. Harry says that he thinks the deal is 2.5 years with a 1-year option. That's what I think it is. I think it's till 2028. FC Dallas are pressing right now. It's frustrating. LAFC, they just kicked it out of bounds. Safari, he had to clear it. Yeah, see, LAFC just they look terrible when you press them. Like, they look better when they're pressing, when they're playing with some urgency, but it's really hard for a team like this to press all game. Oh my god, so much open space. Alright, win back possession. Delgado passes it out to Hollingshead. Number 11 for Dallas had way too much space. Way too much space. Way too much space. I'm watching from London, Spurs season ticket holder. Is that artificial pitch again? It's illegal over here. No, Dallas has. I think Dallas has a grass field, a pitch. They have a grass pitch, so that's not the fake grass, the turf. It's not the fake grass. No Name says I just beat Elden Ring. Well, you missed the sunny goal. No Name, you missed a sunny goal. You missed a absolute golazo. You missed an incredible goal by Son Heung-min. And there's a guy who's actually working the camera for the game, and he's got a Spurs hat on, which is kind of funny. That's kind of funny. SPH says Baltasar just scored the goal, which will give him the Puskas this year. Really, was it that nice? Igor Jesus is hurt right now, by the way. So we stopped play. We're 23 minutes into the game, as you can see on our score feed. We're 23 minutes in. Igor Jesus is hurt right now. He's on the ground. I think maybe he got tripped up, but they're taking a hydration break. They're taking advantage of a hydration break while they're attending to Igor Jesus, who is their number 6. I guess they're bringing out the stretcher for him too. Must have hurt himself pretty bad. Okay, I just saw that Baltasar Rodriguez goal. That's a crazy goal. Yeah, Igor Jesus looks like he's hurt pretty bad. Looks like he's crying right now. That's not good. Wow. Igor Jesus, the defensive midfielder for LAFC, is crying right now. You see what happens on this play. Oh, it looks like he hurt his knee. Chouanier is coming on. Chouanier is good though. Like, this is the guy on loan they got from Switzerland who's a Canadian international. Chouanier is the one who came on for Denis Bouanga in was it the last game? Is I think it was the last game. He came on for Denis Bouanga. Chouanier came on and he looked incredible on the left wing. So he's good, but he's gonna be playing more in the midfield instead of as the left wing. So Marky Delgado will be taking the defensive midfielder position. He'll slide back, and Chouanier will be playing in Delgado's spot as more of an 8. But Chouanier's good, so I'm not, we'll see what he can do. He's very, very good. Chouanier finds Sonny. Sonny passes it back to Delgado. Delgado makes a terrible pass as normal. Terrible pass trying to find Tillman. Delgado so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Penalty. Penalty for Dallas. Oh my god. Did you see how much space that attacker had for Dallas? No one was marking him. He was wide open. This defending is atrocious. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a downside for LAFC if they're not gonna be able to win any trophies with this type of defending. I mean, what who the hell's marking him? Valencia, I don't know if that is that a penalty on Valencia? Looked like he just got the ball. That's not a penalty to me. He got all the ball. That's not a penalty. What do you guys think? Is that a penalty? It looked like he got all ball there to me. So they're gonna check. It's gonna go to VAR, but that looked like that was a good foul, like or not a foul at all. That looked like that was legit. He touched the ball. He didn't even touch him. He fell down. So it looked like he touched him maybe a little bit, but I'm telling you, that was not a foul. That was all ball. Mr. Mister said that doesn't look good. Non-contact. Oh, talking about yeah, Igor Jesus. Yeah, I think Igor Jesus might be in trouble. Might be in trouble. Ashkin says not a penalty. Adam says denied for a goal scoring opportunity, but he touched the ball though. I don't think he. It didn't look like he. It looked like he got the ball before he touched him. It looked like he. Yeah, Mr. Mister. It looked like he won the ball. I think that that's clean. So they're going to go look at it. They're going to see. I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a penalty. I think that that's a clean. That's a clean all ball. He got the ball first, and then the guy tripped on his foot. Harrington tripped over Palencia's foot. Yeah, or he stepped on Palencia's foot and caused him to fall himself to fall down. I think that's clean. I think that's clean. And if it's not a foul, they'll probably rescind that yellow card they issued as well. That's a pretty quick look. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't there's just no way that's a foul. No way that's a foul. Alright, here we go. Let's see what the announcement is. See what the call. No foul, no penalty. Penalty waived off. No yellow card, no penalty. Just saved LAFC there. That would've been really bad. That would have been really bad. Cho says, got the ball first. 100% got the ball first. He got the ball first, and I think the attacker stepped on Palencia's foot, which caused him to fall down. So, yeah, I agree. I agree. El Aguilar says LAFC really get lucky in this game. Yeah, but I wouldn't even call that luck. I mean, I think that was legitimately that wasn't a foul. That was just a good he just cleared the ball and the guy tripped over his foot. 29 minutes in, tied 1-1, LAFC and FC Dallas. Let's see if this defense can hold up though, because they're looking very shaky. Even if that wasn't a penalty, even if that wasn't a penalty, the marking on that was atrocious. That was atrocious. Farrington was wide open, wide open. Let's see if LAFC can find one, pull one back. You know, LAFC also they got to be able to score in the run of play too. They got to be able to score in the run of play. FC Dallas is just they're. I mean, look at this pressing. This is terrible. Safari for LAFC number 91 is atrocious. Atrocious. He's terrible. He's the one to blame for that own for that wasn't I guess technically wasn't an own goal, but maybe it was. They deflected off of his knee. Bad pass by Tillman. Good God, they're playing sloppy. They look so bad. They look so bad. The passing is not crisp. They look terrible. The defending and the passing is starting to decline rapidly, like we saw in the last game as well. It's got to be better. It's got to be better on LAFC's part. It's not good enough. FC Dallas are just kind of toying with him a little bit at this point. Okay, so LAFC win possession back. Safari passes back to Larice, which is going to put him in another bad spot if FC Dallas press. Who do you think, which we'll talk more about this, right? We'll talk more about this at halftime, but who do you think is the worst performer for LAFC in the first half? Who has had the worst half for LAFC in the first half? Who's had the worst performance so far? Who's had the worst performance? F Hope Hub says, yeah, Miami definitely beating Orlando. Sierra Kelly really washed to another final loss. Barca with David Lee says, I just subscribed to MLS TV. I think I'm going to end it after this game. Not worth paying for watching this. Well, I'll say this. This definitely is not been ideal so far. Not been ideal so far for LAFC. And and also too, I think it'll be a lot different once LAFC play at home. You have to understand the last 3 games they played have been against not so good teams. The only team that they played that's been good, they're doing a cooling break right now. They just had a cooling break 8 minutes ago, and Igor Jesus hurt his knee. It's ridiculous. They're doing another cooling break. And by the way, Sony is talking to Tafari. He's telling him what to do. He's probably like, dude, you're defending his ass. Like, what are you doing, man? You're not looking up. You're not seeing me. I mean, he's coaching right now. Sony's coaching right now. Coach Sony. Ernest Aguilar says this lineup is not the best or worst, but it lacks height, and that has been our problem in set plays and corners. Kay says their whole back line is their whole back line is pretty bad. I think Valencia is not terrible, but I think he's alright. I think he's okay. El Aguilar says, "I hope Philadelphia Union gives Greg Berhalter 7-0. It would be so satisfying to see. I hate that guy. I had to endure him for 5.5 years. Can't blame you for that." They're showing a replay right now of the free kick by Sony. I mean, this is what happens in Major League Soccer. You know, these I mean, the hydration breaks, I'm cool with this, but, you know, they just had a hydration break for the injury, like, 5 to 6 minutes ago. Looks like they're done with the hydration break. We're 34 minutes into the first half. 1-1 LAFC, FC Dallas. Farrington has been really good. He's probably been arguably the best player on the pitch so far in this game. Farrington has. And LAFC's defense has been the one setting him up the most. Will, you should collab with Ellie, the Galaxy fan. I'm not sure who that is, honestly. Do they have, like, a YouTube channel? Oh, this defense is killing them. Oh, Eli Lester, not Ellie, my bad. Yeah, he doesn't really do videos like this, though. He normally does shorts, and, that's pretty much all he does. Choinière to Delgado. Delgado finds Valencia. Valencia finds Ordaz. Ordaz to Delgado. Delgado to Tillman. Oh, nice. Oh, Sonny saved. Shot Tim saved. I think they were trying to find Son too much there. I think Ordaz should have pulled up. Swanier gets the ball, wins possession, finds Denny Bouanga, beautiful pass. Denny Bouanga's fouled. Uh, flag was up though. That was close. That was close. Foul in the box, but it was offside. Swanier way too long to pass it. Yeah, in this play before the previous play, when they found Ordaz, which Ordaz I think was offside. Yeah, I guess Sony was open. I guess that's not a bad thing, but he was offside, so I don't think it would have mattered anyway. David Lee says those center backs look like they get flustered when pressured. No one is moving for them to get a pass out. It's like watching a slow motion car accident you can't stop. I agree with that. Have hope says he does playoff watch alongs. Nick says Son has carried this team. I mean, without him, they'd be losing right now. Ernest says Wardaj shoot. Alex has just saw the Baltasar goal. Sheesh. Yeah, an absolute incredible goal. If you're just joining us, Sonny scored in the 6th minute, had a free kick goal, absolutely beautiful. FC Dallas scored, I think it was, 13 minutes in with Farrington. He's been a thorn in LAFC's side. Farrington has been the best player for Dallas in the first half. Arguably might be the best player in the game at this point, just because of service and just the space that Dallas is giving him. And Igor Jesus, the defensive midfielder for LAFC, looks like he has a serious knee injury. I mean, he had to be helped off the field, and he's holding his knee, and he looked like he was crying, which is not good. So that's pretty much it. There was a penalty called on LAFC, but it got reversed. Now, Aguilar says, "I hope USMT shows up against South Korea and Japan." Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how those 2 games go in September or are they in November. I can't remember which one they're in. Ashton says December 5th is the FIFA World Cup draw. Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's like the day before MLS Cup. Oh, they're pressing again. God, LAFC are so bad when they're pressed. They're terrible. Ernest says those no contact injuries are always have the worst outcome for players. I agree. Because if you're no one touched you and you fell to the ground and it hurt that bad, then that's normally not a good sign. All right, see if Ordaz can lead the attack here. Oh, good defending by Dallas. Oh, he's getting yellow. Now and a yellow. How are we feeling about Nathan Ordaz so far? I think he hasn't been worse than David Martinez, but he hasn't been better. David Martinez was doing more stuff off the ball, and I think he had a couple of chances. He just wasn't able to. He made bad decisions. But I don't think Nathan Ordaz has been as good as I would have liked him to be tonight so far. I think he's been disappointing as well. I think Nathan Ordaz has been disappointing as well. Valencia to Tillman. Tillman's been disappointing as well. Valencia finds Tillman back, passes it to Delgado. Delgado finds Segura. Segura passes it to Hollingshead. He has Swinier wide open. Didn't look for him though. Crosses it to Ordaz. Oh, looks like it's offside. Was it offside or was that just a whistle? I think it was offside. David Lee says also reminds me of watching the first graders all surround the ball when playing any sports. Ball moves, then cluster, part of bodies move. Yeah, there's some issues with this team for sure, LAFC. There's some issues with them. They need to have more creativity in the midfield. Their coach Dolo doesn't do them any favors with his tactics. He's not a tactician. He's pretty bad. He's very mediocre manager. So when they get a new coach next year, I think things will change. Union are up 4-0 over Berhalter ball. I feel like Dolo is like an uglier version of Berhalter ball. Ooh, I mean, this defense is so bad. And yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow for that. Just 1 year. Ernest Martinez has, finesse to his ball touch, and you can see he has a higher ceiling than Ordaz. Now, I'm a fan of Ordaz being that he, represents El Salvador. I do like Nathan Ordaz. I just think he needs to be a little better. Mister says the problem for the entire LA front line or forward line is they're getting no support from the midfield. And Sonny is having to come way back deep into the midfield to try to help them start something in the attack. And that's your striker doing this. That's your striker doing this. I appreciate the comment. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. If someone could translate that for me, I'd much appreciate it. Oh my god, what a rocket. Almost went over the goalpost, but that was if that was a little lower, that'd been tough for him to save. Hugo Lloris. He didn't get touched. David Lee says Kick needs a yellow for flopping. Hayek needs a yellow for flopping. He didn't get touched. There's a lot of flopping in soccer in general, but MLS for sure as well. Harry says the Korea said. Oh, the Korean dude said Son Heung-min fighting. Yeah, he's fighting alone right now I mean, he's not really getting much support or a lot of help from his teammates. If anything, his teammates are hurting him. And someone brought this up earlier, the back line just plays very nervous. They do. Like, when they get pressed at all, they make very bad decisions quickly. They panic. They play panic ball. Someone finds Ordaz to Palencia to Delgado. Delgado finds Delgado, what he does. Chips it over, terrible pass. I don't know who he was looking for. Wins it back, passes it back to Ordaz, flicks it to Ordaz. 43 minutes in, 2 minutes plus added time or stoppage time. Yeah, there'll probably be like 6 or 7 minutes of added time or stoppage time because of the Igor Jesus injury. Tillman tries to find Denny Bwanga. Oh god, Denny Bwanga's fouled the hell out of the right back. But they win the corner though, so LAFC get the corner. Now is Sony gonna take this or is it gonna be Denny Bwanga? We'll see. Okay, Sony's gonna take it. Steven says, "Are the players sluggish?" Yeah, they are playing very sluggish right now. They don't look very good. They had a like same thing happened last week. They look kinda good. They looked pretty good early on, and they just kinda fell off, the players. Oh, alright, we got 1 minute left of the first half, plus added time, plus stoppage time. Good pass, good cross corner by Sonny, just they weren't able to get on the other end of that, and LAFC have nobody in the any aerial nobody in the attack that can win any aerials. Nobody. Nobody. Trying to adult oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember someone telling me that. Oh, Farrington. That, yeah, fighting means, like, good luck. Yeah, I remember now that you say that, that does ring a bell. Union, we have this cheapest owners, but when by playing youth and random money ball transfers. Yeah, that's true, they do. And also, I think Bradley Cornell's a good coach. Ernest says we're playing like trash. Yeah, the team is playing really bad. LAFC do not look good right now. They do not look good. 12 minutes of added time. 12 minutes of added time. That's insane. That's a lot. That's a lot. But that Igor Jesus injury was took a long time. So I was surprised by that hydration break because they already had like 5 or 6 minutes because of the injury. Sonny LAFC Park says it's hard for your forwards to score when they can't even feed crosses. That's true. That is true. That is true. No height on corners. He was alone to head ball and missed it. Ashcan says Leeds United got smacked really bad by Arsenal this morning. The score ended 5-0. Yeah, and was it Gayorkis, the striker from Sporting? I wondered if he scored. I don't think I saw him miss like a he had a pretty bad attempt. He missed. I know Mr. could tell us that because he's an Arsenal fan, but I don't think he performed very well today. Could be wrong though. David Lee says paying $12.99 for Apple TV and $12.99 for MLS. Well, oh, so I want to tell you this, David. You don't have to pay for Apple TV and MLS. You can just pay for MLS on Apple TV. You don't have to have Apple TV and MLS. You can just pay for MLS. Beautiful pass. Ooh, Sony was looking for Denny Bouanga, just a little too much on it. But you can pay for just MLS. You don't have to pay for Apple TV and MLS. You can just get the service on Apple TV. You don't have to have both. Just to help you out. Farrington with a weak attempt saved by Hugo Lloris pretty easily. Mr. says most of the 12 minutes will be for Jesus' injury. Uh, yeah, Yorkis scored two. Okay, so he did score. Okay. He scored a goal from open play. I saw a replay where he had a terrible miss. David Lee says, after this game, I won't be paying for anything. I mean, listen, I understand the frustration that MLS can be frustrating. Got Stoney out wide. Looks like they've switched. Looks like they got Stoney playing more left and they have Denny Bouanga up top. Looks like they got Stoney playing on the left side, him on the left wing, which he traditionally played for with Tottenham. And they got Denny Bouanga switched and playing up top. And it looks like we have about 8 minutes left of added time. Sonny LAFC Park says, I agree, way too much time to build up when they have a counter and forwards up the pitch. This is Dolo ball. I mean, it's not just an MLS thing. I think this is a prime example of Steve Cherundolo's tactics. The head coach, the manager, he sucks. He's not good. Joey Boy says, "Hey guys, Tottenham fan here. Is there the case that Sony might just have to drop deeper or maybe a 10 to get the most out of this team attacking wise? I'm not familiar with MLS or the transfer window." Some people thought maybe he would play a 10 with LAFC, but I think that they want to play him at striker because their left winger, which is what Sony played at Tottenham, is pretty good, especially by MLS standards. They wanted to put them in the best spots possible. Everybody on the best 11 on the pitch. They just signed this young player from Brighton who is an Irish international. Last name is Moran. I forgot his first name, and he's a 10. So they're hoping that he can be the playmaker that they need because they just have nothing in the attack and the midfield at least. They have nothing in the midfield that can create chances. Nothing. Sonny Park says, totally true. Lloris is always trying to do extras because of the back line. Back line is so bad. They really should try to get a center back, especially with Aaron Long being hurt. A quality center back. I mean, look how deep Sony's playing. Palencia, the right back, is further up the pitch or was than Sony. Longest cross gets deflected out of bounds for a corner. Trying to adult says Sony cannot play in as a 10. I've been a Spurs fan prior to Sony and after, but he just cannot play that role. I think he probably could, especially in MLS, but it wouldn't be it. You would not be utilizing him the best way. All right, Denny Bouanga, terrible cross, cleared again for a corner. David Lee says, Joey, there's no helping this team if you are used to the EPL. They need a whole new back line and at least two new creative midfielders. Harry says Son could play a false nine. I mean, he could. I mean, he's so talented. He could probably play. He could play as a left winger, striker, right wing, a 10, a false nine. Oh, Sonny finds. Oh, here we go. Oh, just wide. Who was that that shot that? Was it Tillman? Yeah, Tillman shot just wide. I thought they had it. Thought they had it. Sonny found Ordas. Ordas found. They should have scored there. Oh man, yeah, it's not good. But keep in mind, I want to say this to you guys. A lot of you are new to this league. LAFC are not the best team in MLS right now. I know you're probably thinking, "Oh my god, well, if they were, then this would be bad because this is the best, and how bad is the worst?" Is what you'd be thinking. But LAFC aren't the best team in the league right now. They're not the best team in the league right now. And also, too, they got some pieces that are trying to. Yeah, it was a nice turn by Dallas. Bad giveaway. This Dallas team is hanging around. They shouldn't be. This is really sad that they're hanging around like this. This Dallas team is just playing with more urgency. They're playing like they want it more than LAFC are playing. Very frustrating. Very frustrating if you're an LAFC fan. So we're about 7 minutes into our added time. So there's less than 5 minutes of added time left. It's 1-1. Dallas and LAFC are tied 1-1. LAFC look tired. They don't look nearly as good as they did at the beginning of the first half. Son finds Palencia. Palencia can get to it. Oh, he wins it. He wins the good takeaway by Palencia. Sonny finds Palencia again. He passes it back to Sonny. A little bit too much, but Coleman gets it. Coleman passes it back to Sonny. Oh, Sonny takes the shot attempt, but he gets deflected off the defender and saved by the Dallas keeper. Mixie says, complain train here, negative AF. Well, I mean, look, these some of these fans are just upset. They want to see their favorite player do well and have a good team. I can't blame. We've all been fans of teams where we want to see the best for our team or our favorite player. Decent clearance, decent header by Tafari. Jeez. Ernest says we have no bench. It's hard to compete in the. We have no bench. Hard to compete in these dog days of MLS. Ashton says, Will, do you see LA Galaxy goal in the Leagues Cup? Royce passed the ball into the box from the corner and directly assisted an own goal. I did. I did. LA Galaxy looked incredible compared to their regular season play, right? Oh my God. Oh, FC Dallas, I'm telling you, they're a thorn in the side right now. This is ridiculous by LAFC. This is not a good performance by LAFC in the first half. This is a very bad performance. It should not be this close. It should not be this close. Mr. Mister says LAFC are about a mid team other than Sun. Yeah, that's true. They are. David Lee says, yes, it's my fault. I didn't think the US was this bad. The level difference is too crazy. MLS has a lot of work to do to catch up to the world. Well, like I said, just keep in mind, LAFC is not a very it's not a bad team, but they're not the best team right now. So just keep that in mind. When you're watching this, keep in mind, you have not seen LAFC play a good team yet, or they are not as good as they could be yet. When you watch them play the Cincinnati's, Philadelphia, when you watch them play San Diego, which is next week. I'll tell you this, David. San Diego is going to be the first team that you've watched LAFC play that's actually really good. They're a really good team. They're a really, really good team. We'll do a watch along for that game as well because I'm curious to see how it goes. That will be the first game you watch where you're like, okay, this is actually a pretty good team. This is a really good team. All the teams that LAFC have played are not good so far. They're not good. None of them are good. All three of them might not make the playoffs. Adam says LAFC are not playing that well. Dallas wants more. They are. They're playing with more urgency for sure. Ernest says Texas teams have always been a thorn for LAFC going back several seasons. I think he said going back several seasons. Yeah, I agree with that. Adam says Columbus Crew just got beat by the New England Revolutions 1-2. Yeah, but I still think their striker isn't playing yet. I don't think their big striker they signed is playing quite yet. Y says, "Why LAFC defenders not defending at all? Because they suck. They have bad defenders. They have really bad defenders. Segura's not terrible. Plenty is okay in the attack, but he's not been good enough." Delgado finds Valencia. Valencia finds Son. Ooh, poked away. Son finds a wide open Ordaz. Ooh, cleared. The goalkeeper, I think, cleared it. This will be a corner for LAFC. Looks like Palencia is playing more in the midfield right now. And Kusawa is playing more in the or Kursawa. I always forget how to pronounce his name. The new Canadian midfielder looks like he was playing right back. All right, so he plays it to Denny Bwanga. Bwanga with a terrible cross. Looks like a foul called on LAFC, so it's going to be Dallas's ball. Adam says, and as you've heard with the term before, you don't mess with Texas. Oh, so that's halftime. LAFC and Dallas 1-1 at the half. All right, guys, every halftime, Sonny's trying to pick his teammates up after a bad first half. I'm going to do a quick 60-second bathroom break because I really got to go. This halftime or this ad time was crazy, extra long, especially because of the injury. But before I go use the restroom, I want to ask you guys a question. What would you rate that first half performance by LAFC? We do this during every watch long. 0 being terrible, 10 being perfect. How would you rate the first half performance by LAFC in this match? Let me know down below. Be back in 60 seconds. All right, we're back. Apologies for that. All right. So, like I'd asked before we left, what would you rate that first half performance by LAFC 0 through 10, 0 being absolutely terrible, 10 being perfect? What is your first half rating of that match for LAFC? Mr. Mister says, "Where's Jury and Timber when you need him?" Harry says 4 out of 10. Ashkin says 8 out of 10. Son scored a worldly of a free kick goal. Mr. says 3. Apart from Son's free kick, there was nothing impressive about them. David says he's a 2. Bible says I won't be. Okay, so and I'm sorry about the translation. I'm assuming you saw Son Heung-min, so I recognize his name now in Korean. So you said Son Heung-min. Um, good. Obviously, he was good in the first half. He was good in the first half. I would say that the first half was a disaster for LAFC. I thought that they were really bad outside of the Sun goal. I thought he's having to play so far deep, try to get this attack going, which has been the narrative the last couple of games, or at least the last game. Anytime he's playing, I would say that it was probably a 2. It was a 2 because Dallas have their backups in for the most part. Several of their starters aren't even playing, and they are dominating LAFC in the attack. LAFC don't even know what to do. LAFC's defense is getting completely caught off guard, and they could have had 2 or 3 goals. LAFC or Dallas could have had 2 or 3 goals in this game with how bad LAFC's defense has been. The entire back line has been horrible, in my opinion. The entire back line has been terrible, and when they get pressed, they don't know what the hell they're doing. LAFC's back line doesn't. They don't know what the hell they're doing when they get pressed. So, that was a terrible, terrible first half performance. It was a 2 out of 10, and if Sonny hadn't scored that goal, it would have probably been a 0 out of 10. It would have been a 0 out of 10 if Sonny hadn't been able to score that goal. In the midfield, they lost Igor Jesus, their defensive midfielder, who's pretty good, but Marky Delgado still can't do anything in the attack. Timothy Tillman still can't do anything in the attack. Denny Bwanga still hasn't done anything on the left side of the left wing. Nathan Ordaz has not done anything on the right side. We thought that David Martinez was an issue, but Nathan Ordaz is playing just as bad as David Martinez has played. Just as bad. Nick says, "Not good. Sonny is the only thing that looks good. Midfield looks bad." That's been the whole thing the entire season. Kenny says, "Just joined. What did I miss?" You missed the absolutely worldly goal by Son Heung-min. I would go check that out if you can. Angus says, "Hi, Will. I'm not qualified as I have not watched this match." Well, if you've watched it, you'd be frustrated, honestly. Abhishek says, "Son is winning MVP next season. I think he could." Guys, we have 140 of you in the chat right now. Make sure you like the stream down below. We're at 123 likes. Let's try to get to 200 before the end of the stream. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are 815 subscribers away from hitting 10,000. We're going to try to hit 10,000 before the MLS Cup playoffs, which start in October. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the channel with a friend. Help us grow the audience. And also, hit the little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. LAFC has no midfield. Harry says, "Well, it was also terrible first half last game. Let's see if they can change it up. We'll see." Nick says, "Ordaz is non-existent. He's been bad. He hasn't. He's been terrible. He's been terrible." Angus says, "You'll have 10K, no problem, or no problemo." Hopefully we do. Vancouver is the opposite. They have a midfield and Thomas Muller. They do. They have a much better midfield than LAFC. So LAFC are definitely going to be relying heavily on this Moran, this new kid that they brought from Ireland to help the attack. They're going to need this young Irish number 10 from Brighton to help this attack if they want to be any good. We'll see if he can do anything. We'll see what they can do. So we ask this too every halftime. It's 1-1. LAFC, FC Dallas are tied 1-1. What do you think the score is going to be? Give me your prediction for the second half. What is the final score going to be of this match? It's 1-1. LAFC tied with FC Dallas. What is your second half prediction for the score line of this game? Mr. says LA should have bought Christian Eriksen. Isn't he still free? I mean, I guess they could technically do that since he's a free transfer, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that he. Let me see, Christian Eriksen. I don't think he's playing anywhere right now, is he? Christian Eriksen. Yeah, he's a free, so they technically could bring Christian Eriksen in. He can still they're allowed to add players who are on a free until the September 15th, so they technically could bring Christian Eriksen on, Mr. Mister, so that's interesting, that's a good shout. I don't know how much he has left, we'll see, but I don't think it could hurt. I mean, why not? Why not bring him on at least for the rest of the season? Mr. Mister says he thinks it's gonna be 2-1. Kenny says 2-2. Julia says Son Heung-min, and then has the stars. David Lee says the thing that gets me is no one wants to move into space. Everyone is crowding the ball, which leads to zero forward pushes and just gets the ball taken. I don't disagree with that. Harry says Ericsson might want to stay in Europe. It takes two to tango. I would say that at this point, I think he would definitely come over with he would come to MLS. I think him and Sony had a pretty good relationship at Tottenham, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe because he's there, he wouldn't mind playing for them as well. But I could be wrong about that. But I think there's a chance that they could definitely sign him. Okay, so here's my second half prediction. I think that LAFC are going to have a better second half because they normally do. I think they scored both goals last week in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're going to have a better second half. I think they're going to end up winning this 2-1. Now they should have won this game by a wider margin than that, but it is what it is. They're just that's not going to happen at this point. They just don't look good enough in the attack, and they've had a lot of chances, and they've just kind of fumbled away, and their build-up play has been way too bad. But I still think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to win 2-1, and I think that FC Dallas might make some substitutions because I did say that all their best players are on the bench, or most of their good players on the bench. But I got LAFC. I think they pull it together. They score another goal. I'm not sure who it's going to be. Might have to be Sonny to get the brace. But I think that LAFC are going to pull this off 2-1 in the second half and get this much needed 3 points, which is going to give them 7 points on the road in their 3-game road trip they played heading into the San Diego game, where it's going to be a huge matchup against the number one team in the Western Conference in San Diego. And LAFC are trying to vie for that spot and take the lead and be the first team in the Western Conference. We'll see if they'll be able to do that. Adam says he thinks it's going to be 2-1 LAFC. Uh, see, was it Daraj says 1-1. I don't see any goals. Mr. Mister says Erickson could do a job in MLS. He also played with Son at the Spurs. I remember them being pretty good together. I want to say Erickson injured or did he play in that Champions League final in 2019? Right? Was it 2019 against Liverpool? David Lee says Erickson would not be too effective. People don't move to get passes. They would just crowd him, and he's just going to look like everyone else. Need to get more than just Erickson. So they have that young player, like I said, from Ireland. I think is going to help a little bit. We'll see. We'll see if they. I just don't think they're going to get Erickson. Honestly, I think they're just going to. I think that they're just going to probably roll with what they have right now. Now, I will say this too. I just mentioned that LAFC, if they win, they'll have 7 points out of 9 on the road. Dropping points right here would be very bad because as of right now, too, let's look at the positioning. I just mentioned that San Diego FC are number one and who they're playing next week. Okay, San Diego FC is number one in the Western Conference. I think LAFC are currently are they're fourth right now. Okay, they're fourth, but they have how many games in hand do they have? They've got 2 games in hand over San Diego, and I don't know if this is counting their current game, like the result right now, but They're very much in this race to be the first seed, so they need to get these points, and they really need to win next week. We'll see if they can do it. We'll see what happens. David Lee says, "I want that old Tottenham team back. I get Ericsson, get Ericsson, Dele Alli, Rose. Where is Rose now? Does anyone know? Let's see where he's at right now. Let's see. Danny Rose is currently playing for retired. He hasn't played. Last team he played for was Watford in 2021, 2022. So Danny Rose is no longer playing. Yeah, Dele Alli's an interesting shout too, but I think that it would be more the same. I think they would struggle with him as well. Rhino says LAFC's defense is a mess. They can't even build up. Well, here's the thing: they can't build up. When they get pressed, they make bad decisions. They turn the ball over. They put Hugo Lloris in bad spots where he has to defend for his life, and there's only so much you can do as a goalkeeper, right? I mean, I know that first goal, a lot of people say it's his fault. That's fine. But the back line is really, really bad. Hollingshead, the left back, Valencia, the right back, are good in the attack. They haven't been today, but they're supposed to be good in the attack. So the center backs are just bad. The center backs are terrible for LAFC. They're terrible. Harry says LAFC might want to get some center backs. Never mind 10 in an attacking midfielder. Yeah, I mean they definitely need to get a center back. Aaron Long, who's one of their starting center backs, is decent for MLS, but um, which makes a little bit of um, Aaron Long was a good center back for LAFC. He's injured for the rest of the season. I think he tore his ACL. That's a detrimental loss to them. They don't have depth because a lot of MLS teams don't have depth in general. And you can just see, like this Tafari guy is terrible. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't even be your back. Arthur says, I wish LAFC signed Sergio Ramos when he was a free agent. He wanted way too much money. Rhino says the left wing back is not good. Ryan Hollingshead, he's not very good. Mr. says Ericsson isn't as mobile as he once was, but he can still pick a pass. LA needs someone that can pick a pass. BTS says ball is too slow coming out of the back line. No fast breaks. I don't even think they have the quality to really start a fast break or to make a pass to get it going. I just don't think they have the quality for that. All right, second half's about to start. See if LAFC have a comeback in them. Let's see if they're able to take the lead or if they're going to end in a draw or if they're going to, maybe even lose. Barrington was really good for LAFC in the first, or for FC Dallas in the first half. I think Nick is wanting to hop on here for a second. Let me see. Send Nick an invite real quick to have him hop on here with us. Here we go. Mr. said, I told you Laporte on the DP deal for center back. I just think I think Laporte would definitely be good, but I just don't know if he's if you want to. I'm texting Nick. David Lee says, "Go get De Bruyne." I wish he had came to MLS. I really do. I really wish he came to MLS, but he wanted to. And Sonny's taking the free kick again, but it looks like he's going to cross this. I'd be surprised if he. I mean, who knows? Maybe he does make this. I'm assuming he's going to probably cross this. But De Bruyne went to Napoli. He was rumored to go to Chicago and San Diego, but they weren't able to get it done. Sonny with the cross, absolutely bullied. Segura got bullied. There was no chance he was going to win that aerial. 2 guys on him. He didn't even jump. Delgado crosses it. This midfield is so bad. This team is really bad in general. It's just a bad team. It's a bad team. Really bad team. Ashkin says the fans are playing "When the Saints Go Marching In," Tottenham's official anthem. That's oh boy. Yeah, there's some Tottenham fans in the stands right now. Oh, the camera guy had a Tottenham hat on. The camera guy had a Tottenham hat on. Ah, this team just has so many holes. Rhino says the attackers keep breaking the line, but neither the defenders nor the midfielders give them a single killer pass. Yeah, it makes you wonder. So Dallas has been able to really do a lot of damage to LAFC tonight, especially to the defense. What if Sonny was playing for this Dallas side? What if he was the 10 for the striker, excuse me, the 9 for this Dallas side? How many goals would he have in that case? Because the LAFC are just not doing him any favors. I mean, look at Ordaz. He's wide open. He's wide open. Tillman's not even picking his head up to look for him. He was wide open on the left side of the flank. He was wide open. Didn't pick his head up one bit. All right. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
This team is so bad.
It is very bad. The goal from Son, we have to talk about it. It was absolutely beautiful, and a beautiful free kick from outside the box, something that you want to see high up in the left-hand corner. Just absolutely beautiful. To come down and let your defense blow it the way that they did is unacceptable. In any I don't care what level of the game that you're playing. Segura has just looked absolutely horrible. Our back line is non-existent. Midfield, you don't have a midfield at all. I'm glad that Chouanier is in there. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him, especially last game. We got to see a little sample size. But the midfield and the back line is just absolutely horrendous, bro. LAFC has a lot to do, and Son cannot carry us all. And so we need help. Bawanga, as happy as he looks to have Son there, he has also been non-existent in this game. They're all putting all the weight on Sonny now, and that becomes a problem.
Yeah, Sonny is. I mean, he just doesn't have any good service, man. He's have to play so deep to try to get this attack going and try to create something. I mean, the entire back line has been ass. The entire midfield has been ass. Denis Bwang has been non-existent. Nathan Ordaz has been bad too. I thought maybe he'd be better than David Martinez. No, he's been just as bad. Maybe worse.
It's super disappointing in what I've seen from Ordaz in the last 4 games, right? He gets a red card, doesn't play, comes in the second half of the last game, looked okay. Martinez should be on the field. It's just a reality of the situation. But this is what we're stuck with. Hollingshead's looking old on the back there. The best part of the defense is going to be Palencia. Palencia's looking fantastic always. He's a goat, or not a goat. He's a bulldog. And that's what we need. We need guys like that. Shamali, we would like to see him out there. Young kid, has great crosses. Big frame, and a lot of us LAFC people would like to see him out there, but Smolikov, but we're not getting it. We're getting Hollingshead out there, and that's the reality of the situation. So LAFC needs to do something. This is Dolo Ball 101, something that we're not happy with, and we need changes.
Yeah. So Tafari, he's terrible too.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He's terrible. And you know what's crazy too, Nick, is that first goal that they scored, the only goal they scored, but the one that the Dallas scored, It was deflected off Tafari's leg, and then Hugo Lloris, I didn't think he could really do anything about that, man. I mean, he guessed the right direction, but then when it deflected and went the opposite direction, he just wasn't able. They're doing him no favors. And when Dallas presses LAFC, they look completely lost. Like
Yeah.
they're playing
So
nervous.
that deflection though, that was off of Segura.
Was off Segura? Okay.
That
I
was
thought it
off
was off
Segura.
Tafari.
Yeah, we a lot of us also did, although Tafari has not been great. Segura, that was a deflection off of Segura right there. So, yeah, complaints all around, right? Like it was sloppy plays. Again, playing a lot of side to back. We're gonna break a lot of this down on your.
We are the post game, yeah, we will.
And then hopefully we can jump on and do a little live stream, maybe even on mine if you're down for it. I know I'm gonna get on there after your recap, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it because this is unacceptable. You can't expect to have a guy like Sonny come in, and then now you're putting all the weight on him, a guy that's trying to still get acclimated, even to the weather, made a comment about the weather. And then here we are putting every bit of our, problems on him, expecting that he's going to do something. And now it's almost like Denis can sit back and now have Sonny be the head. Like, we understand he's the head. But at some point, you still got to step up. We need both of you guys to be there, it's not good enough.
Oh, okay. Looks like Hollingshead just scored. Flag just came up though. Never mind. But it looked like it might have been a handball.
Hollingshead. Here I am talking about Hollingshead, and he scores offsides. But still, we're seeing a little bit of life. I think Hollingshead is a great player. He's done well for us, no doubt about it. But you're starting to see it wear on him, Will. You're starting to see the wear and tear of too many games for an older guy. And we have a guy in Smolikov that could really be a great starter and have Hollingshead come in, the 65th minute and end the game, bro.
Let me see. Okay, he was definitely offside, but it looked like it might have been a handball by Abubakar.
That was a deflection off of.
I think Abubakar might have touched that with his arm. Are they going to look at this?
They have to. They have to look at it.
It looked like it bounced off of Abubakar's, like his right arm. Let's see. Maybe it's his left arm. I swear, did it touch his?
That's off of him. Now that ball is in play.
Let me see if it was in a natural, but is it in a natural position? I know it went off his arm. I think they're going to look at it. But either way, so Nick, real quick, let me ask you, because like you said, we're going to break it down and end the post game.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen this second half?
Well, I'm hoping for a Sonny goal, right? Not one of a free kick. I want to see him get a banger, get the team together. And I need Bawanga. We really do need Bawanga to get a goal. Oh yeah, that was definitely deflected off the arm right there. We need Bawanga. We need Bawanga to get a goal.
Oh, yeah. So not Abubakar. So the guy before him, it went off his elbow.
That's a.
Let me see. Or did it go off his left hand? Yeah, number 25 went off his left hand.
I think this is a goal, or it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah. So so they're not going to call it. They're nothing.
Unbelievable. I haven't been happy with this ref, to be honest with you. Glad that they called the yellow card back from Palencia. That definitely wasn't yellow. A complete horrible call for that. But they fixed it. VAR fixed it. I would have liked to seen them fix that right there. But look, beggars can't be choosers, and I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, so you like to see Sonny score a goal, you said, but are they going to? Are they going to score a goal?
Well, we're 10 minutes in the second of this half.
Yes.
And I liked what I just seen right there, a little bit of that movement. Something that I think that we can look forward to, pushing forward, hopefully. But, if Son has to keep coming back deep in the midfield, no, they're not going to. However, there is a chance if what we just seen is any indication of what we have for this next half, maybe we can find that way to get that goal in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think they might have one in them, but here's the sad part: is this Dallas team is really bare bone. Like this is not their first choice starting 11. Like they have a couple guys out, and they're just killing this back line, man. Oh my! I mean, look at this. If they had a team who could score right now, if this wasn't a bad FC Dallas team, they'd be absolutely routing
It,
LAFC right now. They'd be up
it's
4-1.
absolutely incredible.
Oh, nice run by Son.
There it
Look at the
is.
speed.
Let's go.
1-on-1. Sony. Oh, they clamped down on him. They had like 2 or 3 dudes on him. He looks like he's injured right now. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. Look like just maybe a little bit of a knock. Hey, but listen, outside of the bad play, do you see the pace there?
Yes.
The pace. That's the positive right there. That's the positive. All right,
I'll
Belongs
be
got the ball.
I think LAFC is slow. I think
Yeah.
that we are a very slow team. It's very sad because we're picking up a lot of new fans, a lot of new Korean fans, and I wish that they understood 2018, 19, 20. We were considered probably one of the fastest teams in MLS. We were a high pressing team. We were a team that played aggressive soccer. One that was very we pressed you high, we pushed hard, we played fast, and that is not what we see when we have Dolo ball, and it's disappointing to say the least. You know what I mean? Like it's not a thing where you see these guys walking more than you do see them pressing, and that is nothing good that I want to see, bro.
No, well, here's the thing too. It's like LAFC are trying to compete and trying to maybe do some things, make some noise, but I think they're not going to really do that until they get their new coach next year, which is
Yes.
going to be a huge hire. Hopefully they make an
Yeah.
outside hire. We'll see. That's a whole other thing. Bad giveaway right there by Segura. Terrible giveaway, but they're able to
Terrible
recover.
giveaway. You see what I'm saying, Will? Lackluster passes, bro. Side to side, backwards, with no umph in it. No,
No
nothing,
zip,
bro.
nothing. No,
So
no.
it's so
Yeah.
soft of a pass that my 6-year-old daughter can intercept that ball. What are we doing? When do we become this team that those passes are able to be such junk? Honest to God, bro. When? That was horrible. That was horrible.
Yeah, this is the worst. Like, we're going to break it down more. We'll see what happens. We
All right.
still got 30 minutes left, but I'll say this. This is the worst midfield in the history of LAFC, in my opinion.
Facts. And I look forward to
Worst.
being on your show later on, bro. I cannot wait to do the
Oh,
breakdown.
yeah, man. All right. Well,
Do the breakdown. Hopefully, you come on to the live show with me after over on Voices of the Black and Gold, and we'll do maybe another 30 minutes there. And I say we just go in on it.
yeah. So we'll be doing a post game recap. Me and Nick will be after this game. We're gonna do it. We're gonna record it literally as soon as this game ends. We're gonna record it. I'm gonna throw it up as quickly as I can.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that, and I'll probably be making my appearance on his channel as well. So be on the lookout for that, Nick. I appreciate it, my friend. I'll see you here very shortly.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Yep. See you, man.
Later.
Oh God, this attack. Let's see. Mr. says, I stand by what I said. Christian Eriksen, even just for 6 months, would work. What do they have to lose at this point? I tell you what, though, I do feel, look, we understand Major League Soccer is a step below the Premier League. That's not a surprise, not breaking news to anybody, but it is, you do have to feel bad for Sony a little bit that the team is just so, you don't want to say the word beneath him because it sounds bad, but the team is not helping him out. Oh, good save. Wow. Was that Denny Bwanga who got on the end of that header? It's a good save by the keeper, though. Ernest says those passes are tired legs. Or did Ordaz get that? Did Ordaz get a touch on that from the header from Denny Bwanga? Let me see. I guess he didn't. Yeah, Denny Bwanga, actually, that was all him, but that was a good save by the keeper. That was a good save by the keeper. Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't have any good service at all. I mean, they're gonna have to make some changes. The coach, whoever they hire next year, whoever LAFC hire next season, is going to be crucial, and they're gonna have to hire someone. Oh, bad! That's a dangerous pass by FC Dallas, cleared by the keeper. But LAFC are gonna have to make a good hire, a good manager who can help this attack thrive, who can bring in players who can help this attack score some goals, create chances. Right now, they don't have any talent, and the coaching is abysmal. David Martinez is coming on for Ordaz, the young Venezuelan number 30. We'll see if he can add anything to this attack in the final 28 minutes of this match. There will be some, obviously, some added time as well, but 28 minutes to make a difference. We'll see if they can do anything. Bobby says where to watch MLS. Apple TV. Marky Delgado just got fouled by the Dallas player, gets a yellow. Adam says San Jose and LAFC will clash after the international break at Levi Stadium, home to San Francisco 49ers. I believe they're playing the preseason game before the NFL start. Yeah, that should be interesting. I think they sold like 35,000 tickets so far for that game. Not good. Not good by LAFC. Palencia finds Bouanga. Looks like Bouanga's playing on the right side. He's pretty far back. He's on the right side. Palencia throws it in, finds Marky Delgado. He finds Ryan Hollingshead. So they got David Martinez playing on the left side. He's left-footed, so they're not doing inverted wingers. They're I guess they're doing it to where they can get some crosses. They've switched up so they can get some crosses. They got Denny Bouang on the right side. They've got David Martinez on the left side. They got Sonny playing up top still. Delgado with a terrible pass to Denny Bouanga. Finds Son. Son tries to find Ryan Hollingshead. Gets deflected to Tillman, to Segura. David Martinez finds Tillman again. Tillman finds Sonny, and it's cleared. You know, honestly, it's like Dallas is kind of feels like they're almost kind of like parking the bus. God, dude. Denny Bouanga always tries to draw a foul. He never gets the foul. He never gets the call, but he always falls down. He's always falling down. Always falling down. Never gets the call. Never does. David Lee says, dude has a nose ring on. Bad passes are not from tired legs, just no discipline, accountability, or commitment. Oh, man. All right, who's got the nose ring? You talking about are you talking about Denny Bouanga? Oh my God, they're just showing the bad defending. Yeah, so that did go off Tafari. I was right about that. So that deflection went off Tafari. That deflection goal went off Tafari. I thought it was him. John Chan says, is MLS equivalent to AAA or AA baseball in terms of talent compared to the EPL? Probably AAA, but that's the thing. I don't know if that's even really fair because, you know, Messi and Sony would never play for a AAA team. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass by Palencia. Uh-oh. Is that a foul? Yep. Foul. LAFC. Yellow. Is on Hollingshead. Adam says the pressure getting outplayed. Now Dallas looks nervous. Maybe a little bit. Maybe not too much. That was a very bad foul by Tafari. He's so bad. David Lee says someone on LAFC, don't know his name, had a nose ring on. The cow ones. Oh, you're talking a septum ring? Ashkin says Bwanga got the free kick that led to the Son goal in the first half. He did get fouled. That is true. He did get fouled for that. David Lee says League 2 level. Dude says upper League 2 for sure. Yeah, Tafari. Okay, so Tafari's the one with the nose ring. Yeah, he's been bad. He's terrible. He's the one that gave up the goal. It might have been an own goal. I don't even know if Farrington technically scored because it deflected off of his leg. Maybe it didn't even count for Farrington. FC Dallas are making a couple of substitutions. They're bringing in some younger guys, some homegrown players. I don't want to say youth players because they're 20, but they're making a couple subs, taking some starters out. SPH says, isn't Muller overall a better player than Son? I don't know. I don't think so. Now, if we're talking about historically, like at their peak, who's better? That is a good debate. That is a good debate, interesting debate, but right now it's not even close. And I like Thomas Muller. I like him a lot, but Sony is still very good. Ooh, that's a dangerous cross. David Lee says, what professional player has jewelry on? You learn from middle school sports that that's not allowed. I mean, that's I think Denny Bwanga also has like a little side nose ring. But it happens. A lot of American players wear jewelry in games. John says, thanks for the reply. Unfamiliar with MLS until signing of Sony in LA and Muller in Vancouver. Yeah, they've had some designs. Sony finds Ryan Hollingshead. Sony is just, I mean, God, like I said, I feel bad for him. I just feel very bad for him. It was a terrible pass right there by Hollingshead. What the hell was that? Delgado finds Sony. Oh, good save by FC Dallas. Sony tried. He tried. The midfield is just so clogged. They can't get anything out. They're not utilizing the wings good enough. There's nobody out in the wings that can do anything to kind of spread the game out. It's been Sony has literally the only good player, I think, for LAFC. I swear I'm not just saying that either. Like literally, he has been the only player that has done anything remotely positive tonight. Everyone else has been complete and utter shit. They've been shit. David Lee says, hope he gets it ripped out like really. Denny Bwanga too much on it. Ryan Hollingshead wasn't able to get on the end of that pass. Goes out for a FC Dallas goal kick. Yeah, this team looks gassed. But like I said, look, playing 3 games on the road in a row is tough. I mean, it's not easy to play 3 games. They haven't played at home in almost, I think, since League's Cup, which was a couple weeks ago. So they're gassed. I don't fault them for looking a little bit fatigued. But to do it against this Dallas team is just, they should be playing better than what they're playing. And props to this Dallas team. They played really well tonight. They've looked really good, especially considering most people thought they were going to get smoked. David Lee says, I have a thing for piercings in sports. Take it out. Adam says, Bayern Munich are a giant club, and especially that period, like a decade ago, they were unstoppable with Muller. And they were. They were very good. Sonny's playing deep to try to get the stat going. Passes it to Tillman. Tillman finds Oh my God, Segura. Angus says Muller's team is losing 1-0 to St. Louis right now. Is Thomas Muller starting yet? I didn't even check to see if he's in the starting 11 for Vancouver. Oh, nice turn by Denny. Should have shot it. Oh my God. Adrian said, "Yeah, he's starting. He's the captain." Talking about Thomas Muller. That's good. I'm excited he get to start. How is it still early in the game though? And by the way, we're 72 minutes into this game. We have 18 minutes left plus added time. Looks like Sebastian Legette's coming in for FC Dallas. They're starting to make some subs. Yeah, 37 minutes in for the Vancouver match. Uwe says that Robin Ribery, that Aaron Robin, Frank Ribery, and Thomas Muller and Gomez Bayern squad is all time great. And then when they had Lewandowski as well. They had David Alaba. They had obviously Jerome Boateng. Yeah, I mean that team was stacked. Ashkin says, I'll watch the second half of the Vancouver Whitecaps after this game ends. I might try to catch some of that. I might try to catch a little bit just to see what he does. Thomas Muller. Looks like it might be getting a little chippy. David Lee says, to be honest, instead of recruiting players from Europe, why doesn't anyone get young players from Asia? There's so many no one knows about. I think they definitely should try to target Asia, Japan, Korea, maybe some players in China, maybe. I mean, there's definitely a lot of unknown players. Obviously, in the Middle Eastern leagues, there's some players. There's a lot of good talent in Asia. Bad pass by Segura. Headed by Dallas. Saved by the keeper. It feels like Dallas is trying to kill the clock here. There's less than 16 minutes left. It feels like they're content with getting a point. Of course, they've been bad this year. They've been really bad this year. Yeah, Mr. Manuel Neuer. And they had Bastian Schweinsteiger as well. A lot of good talent. Schweinsteiger is also one of the best midfielders in this past century. He was very good when he played at Bayern when he was good. Bobby says Kubo pretty good midfielder. Ooh, that was a nasty collision. Free kick for FC Dallas. Hollingshead, I guess he's going to be suspended for a yellow card accumulation. Got a second yellow he's got another yellow for 2 consecutive games. So he's going to miss next game, the San Diego game, I presume. Is their next match. He'll miss that game. Maybe not a bad thing. Oh, saved by Lloris. $14 minutes left. Oh, nice play by Delgado. Oh my God, dude. What is Denny Bouanga doing? Ball just slipped right underneath his foot. What's he doing? What the hell is he doing? David Lee says, I'm Korean and Japan is big rivals, but even they have a load of good midfielders that they should know how to play that tiki-taka style. Definitely the history. Oh, we're talking about the Bayern teams. Michelle says, "What the f, Buanga on Fraud Watch? He's been on Fraud Watch. He never shows up in big matches. He never shows up in big matches. And not to say this is a big match, but he's just really been bad the last couple weeks with this team. He's been really bad. He's been really bad. Mr. Mister says from China, no, somebody should sign. What is it? Wang Yudong. He's an 18-year-old left winger in the Asian Federation Cup qualifiers. He was really China's best player. Wang Yudong. Yeah, I know that the Chinese Super League was trying to do better at developing players, but then the Chinese Super League kind of fell under. Like it kind of started to fall behind. Like they were spending too much money, weren't seeing a lot of results, and so they kind of stopped signing big name players. I don't know how. I haven't really kept up with the Chinese Super League since they were signing all those big names years ago, but I don't think it's really in a good spot right now. LA Bobby says LAFC need Busquets. Maybe. Michelle says says that Buanga was terrible at the Club World Cup. He's been bad for a bit right now. He's been bad for a while. Almost the 79th minute. It's 1-1 Dallas LAFC at a stalemate right now. Doesn't look like much is going to change. It looks like it's going to end. I mean, anything can happen. There's still plenty of time, but it looks like we're at a stalemate. Looks like this match is going to end 1-1, which would be a huge, huge disappointment for LAFC, especially with this lineup that they've had. Ryan Hollinghead is coming off for Smoliakov. Looks like Frankie Amaya is coming in as well. Chimney Cake says, sorry. Hi, I'm Son's girlfriend. How are you guys? Harry says, Lee would cost more than Son. David Lee says the best players from the Asian countries will not come to MLS. They are going to Europe. But there's still a lot of good players that probably would come to MLS. There is a lot of good players to come to MLS, I think. I think the J League is very good too. The J League is really, really good. But I know the Korean League is good as well. Oof. Less than 10 minutes left plus added time. It's 1-1. It looks, I think FC Dallas is parking the bus at this point. They're content with the 1 point. Smolikov got the ball on the left side. Passes it to Frankie Amaya. Amaya finds I can't remember how to say his name. The Canadian player. Sonny's got the ball. He's playing really, really deep. Finds David Martinez. David Martinez with the ball. Chouanier. I remember that. Chouanier. Finds Chouanier. Back to Sonny. Back to David Martinez. Sonny finds Tillman. Foul on FC Dallas. Or LAFC fouls FC Dallas for a goal kick. Angus says Muller just barely missed a shot on goal. Peter Moose is in right now. This is FC Dallas's best player coming on for Farrington, who was the best player for FC Dallas in the first half. Probably the best player for FC Dallas in the entire game. But Peter Musa, the leading goal scorer for FC Dallas, comes on in the 82nd minute for FC Dallas. And he's capable of scoring a goal last minute. He's capable of making this interesting. Sony's still running hard though. He's still playing with a little bit of energy. I don't think that I think he might have like a second wind. Chouanier with the ball finds Tillman. Tillman passes it to Frankie Amaya. That's not Frankie Amaya. That's Palencia. My bad. Palencia passes it to Tillman. Tillman finds David Martinez. Keeps it in play. Palencia passes it to David Martinez. David Martinez with the cross. A little bit too much on it. Denny Bwong is able to recover it. Passes it out to Smolikov. Smolikov finds Chouanier. Chouanier passes it to... Not familiar with this new CB is. I think that's one of the CBs they signed. I don't know if he's any good, though. Tafari passes it to Frankie Amaya. Frankie Amaya passes it to Sonny. Sonny to Tillman. Tillman to Palencia. Tries to cross it, deflected out of bounds for a throw-in. Penalty for Vancouver. You think Thomas Muller's going to take it or Brian White? What the hell was Chouanier doing? He should have. I don't know why he just let that ball go through. Sonny's playing deep. Palencia finds Sonny. Oh, Sonny with a shot attempt, but deflected out of bounds for a corner. 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left, the regular time plus added time. Sonny's going to take the corner. Sonny with the corner. Smolikov finds Tillman. Terrible cross. Terrible pass by Smolikov. Bobby says, why is the stadium kind of empty? It's under construction and the team's really bad, so that's why. William Mayer says, hi, Will. I am too late. Yeah, well, hey, listen, I'm glad you were able to make it at all, so I appreciate you for joining, my friend. Palencia's dribbling passes from defenders. Poked away by the defenders, by Dallas. Brian White scores the penalty. David Martinez trying to find Denny Bwanga. Headed away by the Dallas defender. God, this team just looks so tired. Palencia finds David Martinez. Tries to find Bwanga. That's a good look, but just not high enough. Good save by the Dallas keeper. Looks like we're about a little over 3 minutes left, plus added time. Oh, Frankie Amaya wins the ball. Oh, God, that was a good look. That was good vision by Frankie Amaya. Sonny was making the run. Got deflected by the Dallas defender, though. That was a good look by Frank. Hey, he kept his head up. That was a good look, just deflected by the defender. Frankie Amaya looks all right. Schwenier passes it out to Smilalikov. It's going to be hard to pronounce that name. Schwenier, the ball. Schwenier, David Martinez, David Martinez to Palencia. Oh! Oh! That hit the post twice. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sonny missed it. Hit the off the post. I thought hit the post twice, but Denis Bouang off the post. I thought they were going to make that. Corner for LAFC. Looks like Sony's taking the corner as well. Again. They're going to retake the corner. There's a foul. Tangled up. Oh, deflected. Out for another corner. LAFC. Little less than 2 minutes left plus added time. Does LAFC have one in them? Do they still have a goal in them? Because are they going to be able to take the lead and get the 3 points on the road? We'll see. I don't, Mr. I have no idea how they didn't go in. That was crazy. They should have went in 100%. Little too much on it. Little too much on it. Dallas ball. Goal kick. Man. That, yeah, deflected off of Shaq Moore and like hit the goalpost. Ashkan says someone scored a goal from a direct corner against Manchester United last season. Yeah, there should be probably like 5 minutes of added time. What a pass from Palencia to David Martinez. Look, that was deflected off the Dallas player. It's going to be a corner. I think David Martinez is going to take this one, though. Give Sony a break. David Lee says, pick up the Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. That would be fun to watch. David Martinez with the it's gonna be a goal kick for FC Dallas. 7 minutes of added time. 7 minutes. See if LAFC can do something. I'm telling you, FC Dallas is parking the bus. I tell you what, the second half was pretty painful. The second half was definitely painful. The first half was a lot more lively. LAFC, I came out of the gate swinging, but the first half or second half has just been very painful. No adjustments. Didn't look any better. Just not good enough. Terrible pass from Tafari to Son. Oh, it looked like he was fouled in the box. The hell was that? Was Sonny fouled? Do you think that was a foul in the box? Let me see. I mean, he did run into him. I think that was a foul, honestly. God, Steve Cherundolo sucks so bad. He's a terrible manager. He is the most overrated manager in MLS. He sucks so bad. Thank God he's leaving the league. He's terrible. I was like one of the first people to be calling for his job because he sucked. He's terrible. Good defending by Palencia. Wins the ball. I think that was a penalty, man. I'm going to be honest with you. That looked like it was a foul inside the box. That looked like it was a foul inside the box. Ooh, nice pass to deflected though. Off his foot. Falling off Heron ball like Simeone, like Atletico Madrid. Wayne Bender says some MLS homers on X were defending him. I know they defend anything. There's no criticism you can say. He's terrible. He sucks. He's not good. And over 3 minutes left. A little over 3 minutes left. We'll see if LAFC can pull ahead or if this is going to end in a draw. David Lee with a $2 super chat says, "It was fun watching this train wreck with you. Bye." Appreciate you for stopping by, David. Hope you check out the post game recap that I'm gonna drop in about probably 30 to 40 minutes after this game is over with. Good defending by Shaq Moore on Sonny. You know, every game we always do a who was the worst player on the pitch. I mean, it's going to be really hard to pick who it was in this game. It's going to be really hard to pick who it was in this game. Free kick for FC Dallas. Hugo Lloris is able to bat it away. Looks like there was a foul, though. Ashkin says Inter Miami drew and LAFC likely to draw. Hopefully, Thomas Muller can score a goal and lead the Whitecaps to a victory. We'll see. We'll see if they. I'm happy to see that Muller is playing in this game. That he's starting. I am surprised he's captain already. That's a little shocking that he's the captain already. Little less than 2 minutes left. Mr. Mister says Bouanga's been shit again. I mean, he has. You know, it's sad. He's got like 20 goals in all competitions this year, but in the last 3 games, he's been terrible. Actually, he's been terrible probably like the last 7 or 8 games, including the Club World Cup and Leagues Cup. He was not good. He was not good. Not DP worthy. That's why when they were talking about him being sold to Club America, I was like, if Club America is offering 10 to 12 million for him, you take the money and you run. Like you take that all day. You take that all day. Adam says a lot of these teams are not taking opportunities. The 2 Ohio teams beaten at home, Orlando got battered. Orlando got smoked. But I think Orlando's saving up for the the game against Miami. Denny Bwanga's got the ball. Tries to find Frankie Amaya with a terrible pass, though. Just a terrible pass. Such a bad pass by Denny Bwanga. Sonny tries to find Bwanga. Bwanga, what the hell are you doing? So bad. 97 minutes. They got one more in them, maybe. One more chance. Sonny's got the ball. Open play. Sonny finds David Martinez. Oh, David Martinez with a curler, but saved by the Dallas keeper. That probably would have went in. That was a great save by the Dallas keeper. That was a great save by the keeper. Great save. What a great save. That 100% would have went in if the keeper hadn't made a great save. Denny Bwanga has issued a yellow card. And, hey, LAFC get a corner at least. We'll see if they. This is probably going to be it. This is going to be the last play of the game. Yeah, no penalty. All right, last corner of the game. Sonny's going to take it. Let's see if they got a goal on him. This is going to be it. 10th corner tonight. All right, let's see what happens. Son to the corner. Punched away. That's it. That's the ball game. Full time. LAFC draw with FC Dallas on the road. 1-1. Leaving 2 points on the board. Not a good performance by LAFC. Not a good performance overall. We're going to break that down on the post-game recap. I appreciate all of you guys for watching this live watch along with me to see this game, see what happens. Sonny scored his first goal. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have had a good night. Make sure you like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And be on the lookout for that post-game recap by hitting your little bell notification so you don't miss it. I hope you guys have a great night. LAFC draw with FC Dallas 1-1. We'll see you guys very, very soon.